Thank you very much, Seb. A beautiful evening here in the Spanish capital. Luis and Pablo alongside me to look ahead to our Clásico on Sunday. Boys, it's interesting when you look at the two rhetorics going into this clash from both sides. Everything's a disaster for Barcelona and everything's fine for Real Madrid. Like in AS today, they were saying, like, front page, oh, the Xavi's there miserable, and then everyone in Valdebebas happy at training. How much does what's happening to the other side affect you? How much would you be keeping an eye on Barcelona this week if you're a Real Madrid player?
Well, I think I know that was a very disappointed night for Barcelona, just for the, for the football club, for the fans, for the players, and they have a big game coming up now. But they're all top players, and I think mentally they know what the Clásico means for them. They know it's a good opportunity to get back to their best, to win like they did the last time, and they won 4-0 at the Bernabeu. So, and of course, for the Real Madrid players, they know they have a big opportunity to go into the game, to put a good performance, and to enjoy the moment. That could be a disaster week for Barcelona if they don't win.
Yeah, from a player's perspective, if you're Real Madrid, how much are you going into training on Thursday, laughing about what happened at Barcelona, using that as a motivation, or how much you pay attention to any of that?
No, of course. You go home saying, okay, we got a chance, and they're not going to be in their best. But as soon as you get closer, you know that it's Barcelona. I mean, we are not talking about a regular team. This is a top team. And it's a team that is at the top of the table. Sometimes we forget. But definitely, Real Madrid knows that they have vulnerability in the Barcelona side, a lot in defense. And they're going to try to use that. And the momentum that they are having at the moment is not the best. So you use that during the game. Real Madrid knows how to stay calm during the tough moments. They know how to be dominated and use that against the opponent. So I think that if you are a Real Madrid player, you're looking forward to this game.
And how much has it been on their minds? Because we saw the game at the weekend. They weren't very good. Obviously, just got enough done against Getafe. Terrible match. It's instantly forgettable. Shakhtar's similar in the sense that they didn't quite put in a performance. Is it all kind of coming to a crescendo for this game? How much does that form affect things?
No, of course. I think that Real Madrid was looking with an eye to the El Clásico, because even though you are playing and it's important games, you are playing to continue at the top of La Liga, trying to reach and not make a gap between you and Barcelona. And in Champions League, you know that winning that game is almost done, qualify for the next knockout. But you are looking to that game because you know how important it is, because you know that this year Barcelona has got a lot of strength, it's been getting better and better, and of course you know it.
How much does the fact that Courtois is a major doubt affect a defender going into this? So you've got Nunin quite, not experienced at this sort of level. It'd be the biggest game of his career. How does that affect you as a defender?
Well, of course, we all know that Barcelona have been making so many mistakes defensively, and they've been a little bit unlucky, to be honest, because they lost some of the best players, Araujo, Koundé. They brought in, and they were having a great season. And it's even Bellerin, because Sergio Roberto can play as a
Stop turning it into Barcelona. I asked you about Real Madrid's goalkeeper being in. How did we get there? I'm asking you about Courtois not being there.
Barcelona because if I'm Xavi, I would be like, they've been doing really well, big squad, some good, and they lost, 2 or 3 of their best players. But
right. So no Courtois. He plays for Real Madrid. He's a very good goalkeeper.
I know. But having Courtois, of course, he's been one of the main players for Real Madrid. And he's a goalkeeper. Has been as a defender at the back four. Having someone like Courtois behind you give you so much confidence. He's been a goalkeeper that's made those 2 or 3 saves that you need in the in the right moment. And of course, Lunin's been doing okay. But of course, Clásico is different.
Crosses. And
in the crosses, well.
I think with Dembélé, Rafinha, they put a lot of crosses. Having
of course,
Courtois.
but you think that his situation, right? You go Courtois as the main goalkeeper.
He's fine,
And as a goalkeeper, you don't have the chance unless the goalkeeper, the first just get injured.
Right.
And then you have to be prepared for those moments.
So you kind of relish it almost.
No, of course. But I think, Ancelotti is a good manager. I think, it looks like he's a manager who talks to those players and give them plenty of confidence to feel 100% secure and all that. So he has to enjoy it. He's one of the crazy, and as a football player, you want to be in and just enjoy.
Do you want to talk about Barcelona then? Yeah. That's where every conversation is leading. Who would be your starting 11, Luis? It's interesting, isn't it? Because there are so many question marks literally all over the pitch.
And I'm happy that you asked that question, because I would love to ask to everybody, because they think that it's easy. Xavi's got plenty of players.
I'll defend your mate, Tom.
But exactly, no, but it's not easy. Yeah, it's true. But it's not easy. And I was thinking, okay, both players I will use now that I know that I don't have proper centre backs, no right backs, and up front I don't know if change a little bit. If Koundé is ready, I'm not sure. If you bring it, I'm gonna use it.
Okay.
And straight away, I'm not gonna think, oh, are you gonna be ready for 20 minutes? No, that's not gonna work.
Well, let's talk about that a moment. If you're Koundé, you're saying I'm ready. Like you want to play football.
Definitely.
But then how, from a management perspective, how do you know?
You're never gonna know. The player is
Right.
gonna tell you, yes,
Yes.
I'm ready because it's a Clásico. You wanna play,
Right.
and you wanna continue playing. So he's a defender, and he can tell you he's been 25 years as a professional. He's gonna tell you where you all the time, all the time where you 100%. No chance. There were so many times that you have doubt, you have feelings.
Okay.
Koundé is like that. He's coming back. But if you are ready, if you're in the 11, go ahead.
Okay, that's like 35 years as a professional. Like, is that what?
25.
Can you kind of
20,
atone to that?
20.
Like,
Hey, to be honest, I could explain.
your leg could be hanging off, and you want to play, and you want to play. Okay, so who?
Koundé, I will go for Koundé as a right back because of the speed, because of he knows very well that what kind of player is going to be in front of you. I'm going to go for Frankie John probably in the middle. I'm going to give it a chance. Xavi mentioned that he could be playing like that. Ter Stegen, of course, on goal.
Did you play Frankie de Jong as a number 8?
No, as a centre back.
As a centre back.
Yeah, you need centre backs. Yeah, I know that you can use it there. We'll see how the game goes. I'm doing it. I'm doing mine. Let me do mine. Let me do mine, and then that's why I'm saying that it's not easy. I'm gonna go with Eric Garcia.
You done your coaching badge.
I know. That's why I'm trying to think about out of the box. And Balde on the left side.
Okay, right.
Busquets, Gavi, Pedri.
Yes.
And up front, I will go with Dembele. Yeah, my man.
Your man.
I know you're gonna say.
Yeah.
Lewandowski and Rafinha. I will go with Rafinha.
Right.
Again.
Okay.
Yeah. I know that. I think Ansu Fati is gonna be there. It's gonna arrive the moment where you have to give it a chance. It could be. I'm not saying that not. But at the moment, I will use Rafinha again.
Why are you pulling a face when he was talking about his back four? What's the concern that you have with De Jong playing at centre back?
No, I'm not 100% about it, especially against Real Madrid. I would play him as a number 8. I know you have to probably, I don't know,
but in place of who?
Gavi or
so Gavi will come out.
Probably, but Gavi's a good player for those games because he brings that energy.
He's got a bit of an edge to him, Gavi. He's a bit angry.
But you need those players for those games. And what I like from Frankie de Jong, we were talking about him before. I like in the way he drives the ball forward. He's a good player. I don't like him when he plays that passing game that is so slow.
The horizontal game.
Slow, bring the game a little bit low and all that. I want him when against Inter when he came on into the second half and he was okay. I'm here. I'm on the ball and now I want to produce and bring that creativity. I think he's a good player, but I'm not sure if I would play him as a centre back.
What was striking, of course, just a mess that was the defence.
Yeah.
In the second half against Inter, the defence that you've mentioned haven't played together. Like
maybe I don't know. Alonso as a centre back.
It could be. Yeah.
I don't know. He can't defend as a left back, can he?
Yeah, but mid in the middle, maybe I don't know. It's different.
I think he's been a player used to go forward. I mean, he's been playing for the past 6-7 years.
That's exactly what they need.
Playing as a winger, almost in Chelsea. So I understand that sometimes it's difficult for him to try to keep it tight, try to don't go much and stay there. But you got players up front who are decisive in the last third. So I think you can use a centre back. It's tall, it's good pace, good left foot to go out. But I still think that Piqué, Eric Garcia could be a fantastic partnership, even though that there were mistakes last
Luis,
time.
I know your English is very good, but fantastic, I think you've used the wrong word.
No, you can make mistakes, but we're talking about fantastic centre
Yeah, but Piqué's not Gerard Piqué anymore.
Yeah, of course, but it's still a fantastic player.
He's not a fantastic player anymore, Luis, and it's okay to say that.
That's a tough decision for Xavi this
Very
weekend.
difficult one.
Right.
Because you got two options. You drop him, you bench him, and you tell him, you send him a message.
You point at him, yeah.
Or you say, you still Piqué, you done fantastic for this club over the last 10 years. You still like a big part of this football club, and I played you against Real
We are
Madrid.
talking no Piqué because he made a mistake. I mean, during the game,
He hasn't played this season. He hasn't played this season because he hasn't been good enough. And then he plays and he's been terrible.
No, I don't think it's not because he hasn't been good enough.
He
it's
had 2 or 3 starts this season.
Yeah, sure, but they were good. Without having that rhythm of the competition, he's been good. Last year was one of the best centre backs in Spain, and now in 6 months, you cannot use him anymore. I think that's still a lot to be taken, and much more when you don't have any more.
Right.
You don't have any more players, so I think there are no choices. So it could be a very good team player.
What's it like then for these 2 days? you're trying to work with a back four with players that you've never worked before in that system. How quickly can you adapt? What do you do? Is it just a case of keeping everything as simple as possible?
Of course, just back to the basics, you know. And I know Barcelona play that attacking style, and sometimes as a defender, you need to be ready to run 50 yards, 40 yards back. It's not that easy for a centre back to play in that Barcelona team. So that's why you need to make sure that when you are in attacking phase, you control your players and you are close to them. But when you are part of that back four, you need to make sure that at some point you bring the midfielders, you know, very close. You close the space, and that's the thing that sometimes, even if Barcelona, they know that is not probably their style, they have to do it at some point in the game. Just bring everyone, you know, compact and tight. Don't give space and just go from there. And sometimes this for the centre backs is working. It's a lot better.
Stupid question time. Is Lewandowski under some pressure going into this time?
Is Lewandowski?
Under pressure, given that we saw him have a bad game against Bayern, didn't score against Inter, obviously got the goal, but wasn't as clinical as we're used to seeing him. Like, it's okay to do it against the lower clubs.
I mean,